Hey YouTube, how's it going? So today I'm going to be just kind of doing an introduction to C++ in Visual Studios, and we'll start with how to print Hello World to a console. So what you're going to do is you're going to download and install Visual Studios, which I'll provide a link in the description. And once you've got that downloaded and installed, you're going to go up here to File. You're going to go to New Project. And right now we're just going to start off with an empty project. So for the sake of the video, I'll just call this Test. Alright, so once this is open, you should see a Solution Explorer either on the right or left side of your screen. What you're going to do is you're going to come down here to this folder, Source Files. You're going to right click, go to Add, and hit New Item. Then from there you're going to have a C++ file, a header file, and a C++ class. What we're going to click on right now is C++ file with the .cpp ending, which just stands for C++. And you can name it whatever you want. For the sake of this, I'm also going to name it test. Then you can come down here and click add. Now, every C++ file is going to be different. Right now, we're going to include, if I can spell it right, inside of these little symbols, IOStream. And we'll get more into detail about what that is later. That's kind of a preprocessor sort of deal. And we're going to want that in there. The next thing we're going to want to do, or I guess the first thing I should explain, is that well, not every file, but for this sake, we're going to need to have a main function. So we're going to type int main, two parentheses, and then these two braces here, two curly braces. The parentheses are your parameters for the function. This is a main function, so right now you're not going to be putting any parameters in there. And then these two curly brackets, whatever you put inside of these two curly brackets, that's part of the main function. So what we're going to do first here is the main function is type int. So you're going to want to return 0. You're always going to want to do that with your main function for right now. And what we're going to put at the end of this line is a semicolon to indicate that that's a statement. Okay, so you've got this return 0 statement. Let me just get rid of some of that white space. Now, if we were to run this program right now as an empty project, it would run and it would close before we'd even see anything. So what we need to do is type system, parentheses, and then quotations, pause, and then at the end of that, a semicolon, because that's another statement as well. Now, one of the easiest things to do is if you don't want to have to go through every standard library or everything in the standard library that you're going to be utilizing in this class, you could just type using namespace standard and end that with a semicolon. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to show you the way to do it if you want to save space. So you type using std, 2 colons, and then we're going to be using cout, and that with a semicolon as well. Now the using statement, just you have to define what you're using from these standard libraries and things like that. And right now we're just going to use cout. So if you see cout, that's what we're using. Well, then you come down here to the main function, type in cout, and then these two operators, less than, that's we're going to be putting something to the console. That's what it's saying. Whatever's on this side is going to be going into the cout. So now we're going to put two parentheses, and this is how we can type hello world. Right? And you always have to end that with a semicolon, because that's a statement as well. Now if you press F5, it'll compile and run your program. As you can see here, it says hello world. Press any key to continue. So we'll just do that, and it exits the program. Now for example, if we were to get rid of this system pause and then run it again, it runs so fast and it closes, so we don't get to see anything. So we need that system pause in there for now. And there you can see that. Now if we want this hello world and it doesn't look so aesthetically pleasing that it says hello world, no spaces, press any key to continue. So what we can do here to make a new line is we can do using standard : end L, and that with a semicolon as well. Now we can come in here, use these less than operators again, and type end L. And what that is saying is that after this is executed, go to a new line. So if we press F5 again, now we can see hello world is printed, and press any key to continue is on the next line. Alright, that's all I have for now, so thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.